All right, so I think just about everyone has seen the History Channel dude with the wild eyes and that hair, and he likes to say, aliens! Well, unfortunately, he is not in the Netflix documentary series Encounters. It takes a look at times in history where people believe they've seen something otherworldly. As told from the perspective of first-hand experiences in the places where the sightings occurred, and guided by cutting-edge scientists and military personnel, the series goes beyond the science to highlight the profoundly human impact of these encounters on lives, families, and communities. So this is a 4-episode series with each episode being about 45-ish minutes. Now each takes a look at a different location and people group that are said to have come into contact or witnessed aliens. Now, I like that in each of these accounts, we get to hear from those who actually experienced or witnessed these unexplained phenomena. And whether or not you believe them, they believe it. So it does provide a small amount of credence to their claims. But what also helps with the plausibility of their accounts is that in each episode, it's not just one witness, but many who corroborate the stories. There are also some science-based experts that weigh in, as well as government and military representatives. And something we don't always have included, the skeptics and the naysayers, they also get to add commentary. Now, the first 3 episodes are really well executed and delivered with interviews and testimonies that feel credible or at least backed up by data. Now, very little opinion is propagated without some sort of proof of facts. And I like that because it creates not only a stronger argument for belief, but also just makes for a more enjoyable watching experience. I mean, we've all seen the tinfoil hat wearing people who just rattle on about their beliefs without anything to back it up. And while that can be entertaining for a little bit, it won't sustain through several episodes of a show. And there's really couldn't be a more timely series to come out since there have been so many government testimonies and revelations recently. I think it doesn't matter if you believe in aliens or not, the accounts, they're captivating and informative. Now, one episode focuses on about 60 kids who say they witnessed a craft of some kind and then a being. And there's news footage and recordings from when this happened, coupled with them now as adults revisiting their claims and then stating their current beliefs. Now, I found the first 3 episodes really easy to binge, and I could get on board with what was being presented. I'm not sure if I'm totally convinced by the accounts, but they do come across as credible and rational. But then, there's the 4th episode. This one focuses on the nuclear tragedy that took place in Japan following the earthquake and tsunami in 2011. Now, many white lights appeared in the sky above the disaster area, and there's plenty of video that we see that helps to reinforce what's being spoken about. But first, the video of the lights, that is continually cut off prematurely, or at least it seems that way. So that was a frustrating watching experience right there. But what made this even more of a chore of an episode to watch is some of the interviewees and experts, they make all sorts of opinionated claims without any facts or proof. They're just spouting their biases, and it was off-putting and then hard to engage with. Now, it's good that the series didn't start off with this episode, but I don't think it should have ended with it either. I went from digging the show and all the accounts to them being utterly disappointed in the lackluster presentation of ideas at the end. Now, I mean, really, the good thing is that you can watch these in any order you want. So if you are intent on watching the 4th episode, maybe put it as number 3, so at least you can then end on a high note with another episode. Now, the production value of this is good and it's entertaining, but not overly fantastical or made to be science fiction-y. I mean, there are news stories, both in print and on video. There are a bunch of first-hand accounts, and there are several credible sources that corroborate information relating to unidentified aerial phenomena and funky fast lights in the sky. Now, each presentation is formulaic, so if you do decide to binge, they do run the risk of becoming wallpaper, with each account and story blending with the next. It's still an engaging and informative watch, and I think provides enough information that can create opportunities for contemplation, because mornings, they are for coffee and contemplation. Anyway, Encounters is a fun watch that approaches those telling their story as credible and sane, which is both respectful and compelling. And while the presentations are formulaic with each following a similar template, the variances of situations and information keep each fresh and intriguing. The 4th episode is the weakest, with a lot of unsupported conjecture thrown in, but on the whole, the series remains grounded, choosing evidence over opinion. There's no sex or nudity, some profanity, and then no violence. Now, as a reminder, I don't give couch ratings to documentaries, but I do recommend checking out Encounters on Netflix. And even if you 100% don't believe in extraterrestrials, hearing the earnest accounts of the subject, it's entertaining by itself. So with that being said, do you believe extraterrestrials exist? Have you ever seen a UFO? I would really love to hear about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like, Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.